Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to be making this square, and this is our 4-leaf clover square. Oh, it's shamrocks and 4-leaf clovers. Okay, so I did the base stitching right here. So if you don't know how to do this, that first row is just a base. Then go to my first shamrock video that I did, and I show you how to do that. So starting with row 2, we are going to purl the next 7. And you will have 8 altogether because this one on the hook, it counts. So we're going to, this way you should have 8 loops on your hook when you're done. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to put this light green in, and we need 3 light green. So there's 1, and we're going to knit those. So you're going to go straight back and you're going to knit those. And then we need to bring in another white. All right, and we need 10 of those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to pull in a green, and we need just 2 of them. So we knit the next 2. Okay, and then we need another white one for the end stitches, and I'll pull that in, and we should have 7 left. So wait a minute, I didn't pull in that whole stitch. There we go. I want to split the yarn. Alright, so there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the end one here is 7. You should have 7 loops on your hook there in the end. Alright, now we're going to work these off. We're going to go back, and when you start, you go through one loop. Then we're going to go through 2 loops until we get to that green. Alright, and then we'll go through the green. You pick up the green and you go through the green. So whatever color's next, that's what you're picking up. Now we've got the white. We pick up the white, and we use the white to go through all the white ones. And then this, sometimes that happens, just pull that so that they're together. And then we're going to work our way toward the light green, and pull up the light green and work with the light green. And then our white. until at the end you only have one loop left on your hook. And now you're ready for row 3. Okay, so row 3, we're going to put 6 pearls in because we need a total of 7 pearls, or yes, 7 loops, but you're only putting 6 pearls in because of that first loop on your hook is already on there. So there's 6 and this is 7. All right, and then we're going to put 2 light green in. So there's 1 and 2. All right, and then we need 13 white. Now the first 2 of these white stitches will be knitted, because when you go white on the color, it doesn't look good when you do a purl, because it just doesn't look good. So you just need to knit when you're going on top from one color to another, you knit. Then when you get to the white ones, then you can purl. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then this last one is a white into a green, so we're just going to knit that into that green. And then we're going to go to the green, and we need to put 2 green in. So there's 1, and we're going to knit in there. All right, and then we need 6 white now. So we're just going to purl those. Well, we're going to purl 5 of them. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the 6th one is the end stitch, which you'll go through both of those and pull through both of these at the end, pull through a loop, and then you have 6. Okay, so this is what row 3 looks like. Go ahead and work those off, and we'll be back for row 4 next. All right, so row 4, we are going to start off with 2. So we already have 1 on our hook, and we need just 1 purl. And then we need this green over here, this light green. So we're going to bring this over down here, and we're going to put, we need 2 light green in there. Then we're going to bring this white over, and we need 3 white next. So there's 1. Well, wait a minute, we're going to purl those whites. One, 2, and 3. Come on, get in there. All right, and then we need 1 green next, which is right here. And then we need 3 white again. So we'll just use this white. So there's 1, That one gets knitted, the other two gets purled. And then we're going to bring this green over and put 2 green in next. Alright, and then we'll use the same white that we just got done using right there. Alright, and now we need 10 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And of course that 10th one gets knitted and not purled. Alright, now we need 1 green here, and then 6 white. 5 of them are purled. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then go through the end for the 6th one right there. Okay, so this is what row 4 looks like. So just work those off and we'll be back for row 5 next. Alright, so row 5, we are starting out with 1 white, which is already on the hook, and then we need 4 green, or light green here that you're using. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then we need 2 white. So let's purl those. And then we need 1 green. And 2 white again. So those will get purled. And then we need 4 green. So there is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need our white again. And this time we need 6 white. So let's purl 6 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we need 2 green. As soon as I find it. There it is. So the next 2 are green. And then we need 1 white. And then 1 green. and then 1 white, and then we need 2 green, and then we're going to finish off with 3 white. So we're going to purl the first 2, and of course the last one, or the third one, is the last at the end there. Alright, so this is what row 5 looks like. So we'll work those off and we'll be back for row 6 next. Alright, so row 6, again, we're starting out with 1 white, and we're going to leave that on the hook. And then we need, this time we need 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then 1 white, 1 green, 1 white, and then we need 5 green again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, this time then we need 5 white next. So let's purl those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have this green. We are needing is that 11 green? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 green. 9 green. Alright. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we should have 2 white left over. So let's purl that first one. And then of course the last one is at the end. Alright, so this is what row 6 looks like. So let's work those off and we'll be back for row 7 next. Alright, so row 7, we're starting out with 2 white. So we've got this one here, and when we're going to knit the second one. Alright, and then we need 11 green. We're going to go clear across there. Alright, so we're going to knit these greens. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. and then we need 5 white. So this first white will be knitted because it's coming out of that green right there. And then we need, we're going to purl the next 4, so we'll have 5. So there is 3, 4, 5, and then we need 11 green on this side. We'll go all the way across with 11. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Then you just need 1 white at the end, which is the end stitch right here. And that's what row 7 looks like. So work those off, and we'll be back for row 8 next. Okay, so row 8, we're going to start out with 1 white, which is already on our hook. And then we need 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need 1 white. So I'm bringing that white over. And then we need 1 green and 1 white. So it's white, green, white right there in the middle. And then we need 5 green again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we need 4 white. So we're going to purl the next 4 whites. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and we need 11 green again on this side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the 1 at the end of the white, just like before. There we go. All right, so that's what row 8 looks like, and we'll be back for row 9 next. Okay, so row 9, we're starting out with the 1 white again, which is already on the hook. And now let's go to our green. We need 4 green this time. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 1 white and 3 green. So 1, 2, 3, and then we need another white. And then 4 green. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 5 white. So these 4 will be purled. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the one in the green is knitted because it's in the green. All right, then we need 9 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we need 2 white. So we're going to knit this one here, and then we're going to take that one at the end, and there we go. So there's what row 9 looks like. We'll work those off. We'll be back for row 10 next. So row 10, we're going to start out with 2 white. So we have 1 on the hook, and we're going to knit this next one. And then we need our green. And we need 2 green. So there's 1, 2, and then we need a white. All right, and then we need 5 green next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a white. And then 2 green, and then we need 8 white. So this first white gets knitted, and then we're going to purl the next 5. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you have a total of 6, and we're going to knit the next 2. So you have a total of 8. Then we need 5 green. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 6 white. So we're going to is that 6? There's only 4. It's not 6, it's 4. All right, so we're going to knit the first 2 and then purl that third one, and then of course the fourth one is the one at the end. All right. Okay, so there is what row 10 looks like. So work those off, and we will be back for row 11 next. All right, so row 11, we are starting off with 4 white in row 11. So there's 1 on our hook. And then we need, we're going to purl the second one. And then these other 2 are going to be knitted. All right, then we need 7 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 8. Is that 8? I think that's 8. Well, let's see. The first 2 here gets knitted. So there's 1, 2, and we're going to purl the rest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, there's 8. And then we need 9 green. So we'll bring these out there. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to finish off with the 2 white at the end. There we go. Alright, so that's what row 11 looks like, and we'll be back for row 12 next. So row 12, we need 4 white again. So we've got 1, and we're going to purl the other 3. And then 7 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we need 7 white. So we're going to purl the 7 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we need 11 green next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, and then the 1 white at the end, which is right there. There we go. Alright, so that's what row 12 looks like, and work those off, and we'll be back for row 13 next. So row 13, we are starting out with 5 white. So we got 1. We're going to purl 3 of these. That'll be 4. And then knit that last white right there. And then we need 2 green. 1 white. And 2 green. and then we need 8 white. So the first one here gets knitted, and the other 7 gets purled. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we need 5 green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 white, and 5 green again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we have the white at the end, just 1 to finish off that row. Okay, so this is what row 13 looks like, and we'll be back for row 14 next. So row 14, we're going to start out with 19 white. So we are going to purl these first ones, and that is a total of 5. There's 5 there. The next 2 we're going to knit, and then the next one we're going to purl, and then knit the next 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10, and we're going to purl the rest of them. So we need 9 more. So there is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then the 19th one, we're just going to knit it. All right, then we need 4 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 white. Now we can purl it, and then we need 4 green again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 white at the end. We're going to knit the first one, and then the next one is at the end. It's the end stitch. All right, so this is what row 14 looks like. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 15 next. All right, so row 15, we're starting out with 20 white, so we are going to purl all of those, except for the one on the end here. So there is 2, 3, 4, almost lost that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then this last one, the 20th one, gets knitted. Then we need 2 green. So there's 1, 2, and 3 white. So there's that one gets knitted. The next one gets purled, which is number 2, and the third one gets knitted. Then we need 2 green again. 1, 2, and then 3 white. So the first one gets knitted, the second one gets purled, and the third one is at the end. Alright, and that will finish off this 4-leaf clover. So there you go. We'll work those off, and we'll be back for row 16 next. There we go. There. Go upstairs and get those. Well, we'll let him wash. Then I'll go get the rest. Yeah. We'll just keep going. So we need 24. So we're going to need 4, 2, and we'll do dark green. We'll cut this one off. I'm just going to cut these off. Tie them down and use them again. Alright. Oh, gosh. I forgot to turn that off. Okay, so row 16, I cut off these 2 greens because we won't need them for a while. And plus I'm using different colors of greens through this thing. So we are going to start out with 4 white. So we need to purl the next 3 to get our 4. So there is 4 right there. Then I'm going to bring in a dark green. So we'll find the end of it. Alright, and we need 2 dark green in here. And then we need 24 white to finish off the row. So this is a really easy row here. So we're just going to purl until we get over to the green. And then when we get to the green, we're going to knit the next 2 green. Then knit the white into the green. And then we need to purl the next 3. And then knit in the next 2. Purl the next 2. And then you have that last stitch at the end, which should give you 24 stitches altogether, 24 white after those 2 dark greens. So this is what it should look like. Let's work those off and we'll be back for row 17 next. So row 17, we are going to start out with 5 white this time. So we need to purl the next 3 and knit the 5th one. So there's 4, and then we're going to knit in there. Then we need 2 green. And then we're going to purl the next 16 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then we need 3 green. We're going to bring in another green. I'm going to bring in this light green. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we should have 4 white left over. So let's purl the next 3. and then the last one is done at the end, and we have 4. Alright, so there is what row 17 looks like. We'll be back for row 18 next. Okay, so row 18, we're going to start out with 6 white now. So we are going to purl the next 5, or the next 4, and knit the 5th one, I think. Yes. And then we're going to knit the 5th one, or 6th one, so we should have 6. Then we need 1 green, and then 15 white. So we're going to purl the next 15 white. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we need 2 green. So there's 1 and 2. And then we should have 6 white left over. We're going to knit the first 2 and then purl the next 3, and that'll be 5, and number 6 will be the one at the end here. Okay, and then that's what row 18 looks like. So we'll just work those off, and we'll be back for row 19 next. So row 19 starts out with 3 white, so let's purl the next 2. Alright, then 2 green, and 1 white, so we'll purl that one, 1 green, and 1 white, we'll purl that one, and then 2 green. So there's 1 and 2. And then we need 7 white next. So we'll purl the next 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 2 green. And then 3 white. So we can purl the next 3 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we need 1 green, and then 3 white. So the first white is knitted and the other 2 will be purled. And then we need 2 green. So we're going to purl the next 2 green and 2 white. So that is purled, and then the last one is just the end stitch. There you go. So that is what row 19 looks like, and we'll be back for row 20 next. So row 20, we are going to start out with 2 white. So we just need 1 purl here, and we'll have 2 white. And then we need 9 green all the way across. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, 9 green, 7 white. So we're going to purl the next 7. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 'Oh, wait a minute. No, it's 5. Sorry, it's 5 white. I'm looking at the wrong one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we need this green, and we need 4 green. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 white. So let's purl the next 2. 1, 2, and then 1 green, then 2 white again. So I'm going to purl them. And then we need 4 green again. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we should have 1 white at the end, which we are, it's just right at the end there. Okay, so there we go. So that is row 20. Work those off, and we'll be back for row 21 next. Alright, so row 21, we're starting out with 1 white, which is already on the hook, and now we need 11 green next. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we need 4 white next. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need 5 green. So there's 1. I'm going to make sure I get in that stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 green, 1 white, 1 green, and 1 white, and then 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we have the 1 white at the end to finish it off. Alright, so that is what row 21 looks like. So we'll be back for row 22 after we work those off. Okay, so row 22, we're starting off with 1 white again and 11 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we need 5 white. We're going to purl these next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 5th one the 5th white is going to be knitted. Yes. Alright, then we need 11 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 2 white. The first one will be knitted, and the second one is the end stitch. As soon as I get that end stitch. Alright, there we go. So that is row 22. We'll be back for row 23 once we work those off. Alright, row 23, we're going to start out with 2 white. So we've got 1 on the hook, and we're going to knit the second one and that green one, and then we need 9 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 7 white. No, we need 5 white. So we're going to knit the first one and purl the next 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be 5 there. And then we need 11. We need, not 11, we need 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One white, 1 green, and 1 white. And then 5 green again. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you have the 1 white at the end. Which is an end stitch. Okay, so there we go. There is row 23. Work those off and we'll be back for row 24 next. Okay, so in row 24 we're going to start off with 4 white. So we're going to purl this first one and knit the other 2. And then we need 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need 7 white. So we're going to knit the first 2, and then we're going to purl the last 5. So there is 4 altogether. 5, 6, 7. Then we need 4 green. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need 1 white. And 3 green. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 white and 4 green. One, 2, 3, 4, and then the 1 white at the end. Alright, so there's 24. Work those off and we'll be back for row 25 next. So row 25, we'll start out with 2 white, so we're just going to purl the next one. Then we need 9 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So then we need 6 white. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one is knitted into this green one right here. And then we need 2 green. So there's 1, 2, 1 white, and then 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need another white. And then we need 2 green. And 2 white at the end. So we're going to knit the first one, and the next one is at the last stitch. All right, so there is row 25 and what it looks like. So work those off and we'll be back for row 26 next. Okay, so row 26. We are starting out with 1 white, which is already on the hook, and then we need 11 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we need 7 white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Okay, so then we need 7 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And then we should have 4 white left. We're going to knit the first 2 and then purl the next one, and then the end stitch is the last one. There we go. So there is what row 26 looks like. Work those off and we'll be back for 27 next. Okay, so row 27, we're starting off with the 1 white again, and this time though we need 5 green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 white, and then 5 green again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need 7 of white. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 7 green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 4 white. So let's purl the next 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is at the end there. Okay, so that is what row 27 looks like on the hook. Work those off and we'll be back for row 28 next. All right, row 28, we're going to start out with 2 white. So we're going to not purl, but we're going to slip knit this second white, and then we need 4 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 white, and 4 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 9 white. Whoops. We're gonna, first of all, we gotta knit that first one. And here is, we're gonna purl these. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then slip stitch in. I don't know why I keep saying slip stitch. It's a knit stitch in that one. All right. All right, so the next 2 are green, and then 1 white, and then 2 green. and then 5 white left over. So we're going to knit the first white and purl the next 3, which will make 4, and then the 5th one is the last stitch on the end. Alright, so that is row 28. Work those off. I'll be back for row 29 next. Okay, so row 29, we're starting off with 3 white. So we purl the first one and knit the 3rd one. So that makes 3. So then we need 2 green. So there's 1 and 2. Get into that stitch there. There we go. And then we need 3 white. 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 green. And then you're going to need 20 white going all the way across. So just remember that if it's within a color, you're knitting it. If it's on white, you're purling it. And so all the way across, you're going to do 20. Then you'll work those off. And then row 30, you're just going to do nothing but white all the way across. And then go to my Shamrock video. At the end of that video, I show you how to bind off, and I show you how to do the border. The border is the same on all these squares. So that will end the square then. I hope you guys had a lot of fun making these St. Patrick's Day squares. This is the last one in the series. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.